Third Thoughts by E.V. Lucas. This is the second part of the presentation. Why So My Thoughts Ran Give Him Half. The author thinks that why half of the profit should be shared with him. Why be quixotic? Quixotic is the romantic unselfishness which is a mark of the character of Don Quixote as presented by Cervantes. This is no world for quixotry. Quixotry is the form of chivalrous unselfishness for which Cervantes' Don Quixote was conspicuous, impractical. It was my eye that detected the probability of the drawing, not his. Detected is to discover or notice. It was the author who found out that the painting was authentic. He had indeed failed, did not know his own business. Why put a premium on ineptitude? Premium is great value or regard or an amount paid in addition to a standard rate, price, wage, etc., or a bonus. Ineptitude is incompetency. No, a present of say £10 at the most would more than adequately meet the case. Now the author thinks that £10 would be sufficient. Adequately is able to fulfill a need without being abundant, outstanding, etc. Meet is to cope up with effectively, satisfy, proper, fitting, or correct. Case, a question or matter for discussion, a specific condition or a state of affairs, situation, etc. Sleep is still refusing to oblige me. Oblige is to bind of constrain by moral or physical means. To make indebted or grateful by doing a favor. The author could not sleep. I took a book of short stories and read one. Then I closed my eyes again and again began to think about the dealer. Why, so my thoughts ran, send him £10. It will only give him a wrong idea of his customers, none other of whom would be so fair, so sporting as I. So honest, sporting is relating or conforming to sportsmanship, fair. He will expect similar letters every day and be disappointed, and then he will become embittered and go down to the vale of tears, a miserable creature. Embittered is to make a person bitter, to aggravate a hostile feeling or a difficult situation. Vale is valley. Miserable is unhappy or depressed, raised, causing discomfort. The author now thinks that the dealer would be a miserable creature if I give him £10 even. He looked a nice old man too. A pity, nay, a crime to injure such a nature. It would be a crime, an evil act, something to be regretted, to harm. Injure is harm. Nay, no. He thinks that it would be to harm such a nice nature. No, £10 is absurd. Absurd is ridiculous, ludicrous, or incongruous. 5 would be plenty. Plenty, a great number, amount, or quantity. £10 would put him above himself. Above himself is on the top or higher than, above average, greater in degree, beyond. So he thinks 10 would put him above himself. The author now wants to give him only £5. While I was dressing the next morning, I thought about the dealer again. Why should I? So my thoughts ran. Directly, I had for the first time in my life brought off a financial coup. Spoil it by giving a large part of the profit away. Brought off, to bring off, to succeed in achieving something, especially with difficulty. Coup is a brilliant and successful stroke or action. So the author now thinks that why should he give a large part of the profit to the dealer? Was not that flying in the face of the goddess of business, whoever she may be? Flying in the face of means openly disobey. So the author now thinks that the financial coup, a sudden or triumphant assault in business, should be disobeyed by flying in the face of the goddess of business. Was it not asking her to disregard me? Disregard is to give little or no attention to, ignore, to treat as unworthy of consideration. He thinks that the goddess of business would be ignored if I give him a part of profit. Only a day or so after we had at last got on terms. Now the author is in terms with his business, with the goddess of business, and it has only been a day or so that he has done so. There is no fury like a woman scorned. Fury is violent or uncontrolled anger. Scorned is open contempt for a person or thing. So, if the goddess of business is scorned, it would probably be the end of me. City magnates are successful probably just because they don't do these foolish impulsive things. Magnate, a person of power and rank, especially in industry, a great nobleman. So the city magnates are successful because they do not do such silly things. Impulse is the negation of magnetism. Impulse is a sudden desire, whim, or inclination. Negation is the opposite or absence of something, a negative thing or condition. Magnetism is the art of gaining signal success in life and capturing the limelight. If I am to make any kind of figure in this new role of fine art speculator, so my thoughts continued, I must control my feelings. Fine art is art produced chiefly for its aesthetic value. Speculate is to conjecture without knowing the complete facts, to buy or sell in the hope of deriving capital gains. No, £5 is absurd. A dossier of £1 will meet the case. Dossier is a French word which means a conciliatory present. Now the author thinks that £1 would be enough to give to the dealer. It will be nothing to me, or at in any rate nothing serious. but a gift of quail and manna from a clear sky to the dealer. Quail means any of various small old world game birds having rounded bodies and small tails. Manna is any spiritual or divine nourishment, a sweet substance obtained from various plants used as a mild laxative, stimulating evacuation of feces. In Old Testament, the miraculous food which sustained the Israelites in the wilderness. Clear sky means free from dullness or clouds. But a gift of quail and manna from a clear sky to the dealer without, however, doing any harm. A pound will be ample, accompanied by a brief note. He thinks that a pound would be ample, sufficient, accompanied to supplement, to go along with a brief note, a brief informal letter, a short statement giving any kind of information. The note was to the effect means basic meaning or purpose. The purpose of the note was that I had sold the drawing at a profit which enabled me to make him a present, because it was an old and perhaps odd. Odd means unusual or peculiar in appearance, character, etc. Belief of mine. Belief is a principle accepted as true or real, especially without proof. Belief of mine that one should do this kind of thing, good luck should be shared. I had the envelope in my pocket containing the note and the check when I reached the club for lunch. Club is a group or association of people with common aims or interests. The room or building used for such a group. Check is a bill of exchange drawn on a bank by the holder of an account. And that afternoon I played bridge so disastrously that I was glad I had not posted it. Disastrously is an occurrence that causes great distress or destruction. So, after playing bridge disastrously, he was glad that he did not post the letter. After all, so my thoughts ran, as I destroyed the envelope and contents. Such bargains are all part of the game. Game is to play games of chance for money, stakes, etc., or gamble. Buying and selling are a perfectly straightforward matter between dealer and customer. Straightforward is honest, frank, or simple. Matter is anything, affair, or concern. The dealer asks as much as he thinks he can extort. Extort is to obtain by importunate demands, to secure money by misuse of authority. The dealer asks as much as he thinks he can extort, he can demand, and the customer, having paid it, is under no obligation whatever to the dealer. The incident is closed. The event, a definite occurrence, is now over. So the author finally decides not to pay anything or not to gift anything to the dealer in this matter now.